Good morning. It has been 2 whole weeks since I did the trail to the Lake of the Angels. I can tell you that I am fully recovered now, and the itch to go hiking is once again being felt, and I decided to cross another thing off of my pending to-do list, and this time I am in the Wenatchee National Forest, and I am going to be hiking to Boulder Cave. This is a pretty easy hike, and it's fairly popular. I did have to get a reservation ahead of time, but this is something that I think is going to be really cool. It has not a lot of difficulty to it, but it has a big payoff, and there will be a section in which I will be hiking through the cave, and it will be dark, so I do have some headlamps and flashlights to so that I will be able to see, and I plan on documenting this hike as well, so it ought to be pretty fun. And hopefully the rain holds off. I did have to contend with a little bit of rain on the way in, which is unexpected, but so far it's looking pretty dry, so we'll see what happens. And for those of you that like signs, there's a sign. So I will now begin my hike to Boulder Cave. So for all of you that saw my video for Lake of the Angels, you will know that that trail was pretty rough. This trail right here, just after the beginning, as you can see, is in great shape. Little rocks right there, but hey, this is a nice, pleasant change from what I saw before. I am now at an overlooking the little creek that is cut through the basalt here. Pretty impressive. It's a very steep gorge, but you got a little creek down there at the bottom. Continuing to work my way up the trail, following this stream, and came across this little cave that is still in the process of forming. Maybe somebody in the distant future will be hiking through that cave just like I am today with Boulder Cave. I am now at the entrance to Boulder Cave, but I wanted to show you some of the incredible scenery that is around this cave's entrance. It is really quite striking. I'm at the bottom of that canyon of basalt that this creek cut through, and look how rugged it is. It's lovely with the water coming through. This is a plaque of all the people that I guess helped restore this trail. Got some good pictures of that, so you can check that on Facebook, and a map along with some information about how it formed and all that. Imagine that was all lava flow at one time. All of this was. And this was just cut through by water over time. They got a carpet here to brush your feet off of, your boots. Always utilize these to clean your boots. And some more information on the bats. But obviously, I'm about to enter the dark, so I am going to get my headlamp on and descend into the darkness. Figure I'll try to get one last video in while I still have some daylight entering the cave. You can see that's my headlamp light right there. Losing light pretty quick. There's the entrance to the cave right there that I just came in. How amazing is that? And all you can hear is the water right now. It's going through the cave. Alright, pretty much all that you can see now is my headlamp. I know there's some people out in front of me. It's a pretty big area. There's the water. Alright, I've come through the other side of Boulder Cave. It was only maybe a few hundred yards. Wasn't too bad, so it's kind of nice getting the headlamp back on. I hadn't had it on since I did Ape Cave a couple years ago. But now I am back in this narrow basalt canyon. Still walking alongside the creek. It's an absolutely amazing location. Looks like the sun might be trying to come out now. Look at all this rugged basalt. Alright, I am at one of the first viewpoints that are positioned here outside of the cave. A lot of clouds, but thankfully not a drop of rain yet. So the trail continues up to that other viewpoint where there's some signage, and then looks like this is the trail back to the parking lot. Apparently my finger really wants to come into the shots today with my phone here, so I apologize. I know that happened one time before. But there's quite a few people that are on this trail right now, and I'm taking advantage of a few moments where I have this entire amazing area to myself. Moss or lichen, can you tell the difference? It's almost not worth taking a picture of this sign because it's so beat up. It's a shame that people got to do that. All right, so I am on my way back to the parking lot. It's been a pretty rewarding, while at the same time easy hike. Just sort of to recap a few things. If you're planning on visiting Boulder Cave, make sure before you come here that you get your reservation on recreation.gov. Whoop, that was a root. And you have it printed off before you get here and have like a National Park Service pass or interagency pass or Northwest Forest pass too, because you're going to need them both to get in here. And while I was waiting to get in, which this place opened at 10, there was one person in front of me, and I think one person at least behind me, that did not have the reservation, and they didn't get in. And if you look at where this place is in the grand scheme of everything else, it's really out of the way. So it would be really unfortunate for you to come all the way out here and just be turned away. So make sure you get the reservation first and you have a pass. The trail itself is very well maintained. I had no difficulty doing this at all. They say it's 2 miles round trip, but I kind of think that it's less than that. Little bit of uphill, but on the way back, it's pretty much all downhill. And I'm in the forest here, and there's actually some ponderosa pines that are popping up, and that's something I don't see a lot of every day out where I live, so that's kind of a pleasant surprise. But I'm almost to the parking lot now. I'm going to see if I can get another easy hike in that I've identified. I suspect parking might be an issue there, but we'll see.